A 4-2 Brewster Whitecaps win in 8 innings over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Before we get any further in the analysis with Max Schwartzberg and Graham Nash, Graham, you caught up with Mitch Karraker after the game.
Graham Nash here with manager Mitch Karraker after the game. Coach, close game called early. What's the message to the team after they didn't get a chance late to fight back?
Yeah, I mean, I think we did a good job. They pitched really well, made pitches when they had to, and we had one inning that I thought got away from us. Zach comes in there, gives up an infield single, and then they do a good job of working a walk and a sack and put themselves in a good position to take the lead. And that's just baseball sometimes, but overall I thought we had a pretty good effort.
The team fought back very well. What were your thoughts of the way that they responded to some adversity? Went down early and still brought it back a couple of times.
Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, we took some good at-bats. They threw some really good arms at us today, and it was good to see Sawyer have a little bit of success there. I know he's been kind of up and down, and that was a huge hit for us to at least have a chance there at the end, and we can just build on that, and hopefully we can carry that into tomorrow.
Leadoff batters struggled a little bit. What do you think could change in their approach to make it a little bit more consistent at the plate?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think their approach needs to change. I think they've done a good job. I think they just pitch really well, and sometimes we get some good pitches to hit, and sometimes we don't, and they did a good job with that tonight.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys?
Graham, you're never going to be happy about a loss, but given tonight's circumstances, this is one Hyannis can walk away from where they're not as frustrated as usual.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. A lot of good fight from this Hyannis team, and ultimately their last chance to clap back at this Brewster team got taken away from them. Got called after the bottom of the 8th due to darkness. So I think you're right. I don't think it's going to be as frustrating. I think they had a lot of chances. They had a really good chance at the end there in the last couple innings to get back at this Brewster team that they've really struggled against. And I think that's the big key, is that Brewster has played Hyannis extremely well this season, and yet Hyannis played one of its best games with a very different looking team and very different looking roster against this team tonight.
And Hyannis struggled to set the tone in terms of leadoff hitting, 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts tonight. And you talked to Mitch Karraker about it as well, Graham.
Yeah, I did. He said that he doesn't feel like approach needs to change much. Brewster pitched well, and that's what he said the last time we were here at Stony Brook Field. He just said, man, this is a good team. He feels like every time they play Brewster that the Whitecaps throw the best arms they have at the Hawks. So it's just one of those situations where Hyannis didn't have its best stuff, and the Brewsters did. So that's never going to go the best way for the Bats.
And especially just sticking with the Bats, the strikeouts were a little bit high tonight, Graham. 10 strikeouts on the day for Hyannis hitting, and that's not a team that usually strikes out that much. So kind of paradoxical, but it seems like this season that Brewster's really had the Harbor Hawks numbers in the batter's box.
Yeah, it really has. It's just kind of one of those teams. Every season it seems like, there's that one team that you struggle to beat, and for Hyannis it has absolutely been Brewster, and the strikeouts are a big reason for that. Hyannis is so good at just putting the ball in play, making players make plays defensively, and tonight that wasn't the case. Lots of swings and misses from this Hyannis team.
And if we move it to the free passes, of course, not really the story of the night, but it did contribute to the downfall of Hyannis. 5 walks on the day for Hyannis and a couple costly errors that really came back to bite them.
Yeah, I think the errors is the big thing to look at, because walks, they come and go for Hyannis. Hyannis has had a lot of wins where it has walked quite a few batters, but the infield errors were really what shot him in the foot. Ryan McKay had one, Jake Schaffner, I think, had one in there as well, so it just wasn't the cleanest form of baseball that we've seen from Hyannis. And the Hawks, during their long winless streak over the course of July, had a lot of free passes via those errors. So that's absolutely going to be something that Mitch Karraker wants to clean up.
Well, Hyannis has a chance to bounce back at McKeon Park at home tomorrow against Harwich, a 6 o'clock first pitch. For Graham Nash, Max Schwartzberg, thank you for listening.